Hi, and thanks for attending. I am going to talk a little bit today about how to protect yourself when your wireless network is attached to a public Wi-Fi. Why am I doing this? Well, it's summertime. You're going to be going to the beach, going to the mountains, going somewhere fun. And when you're there, you're going to want to make sure that you're connecting your computer safely to the internet. We're not talking if you want to print off tickets or if you want to find somewhere fun to go, but this is when you have to connect up to the office, do a little bit of work, get your email. You don't want other people finding out your password, and you don't want to have them hack into your systems at the office. So let's get started. There are a couple of ways that you can protect yourself against hacking and against people being able to see what you're doing. So let's start out with the basics. The first basic is make sure that you have an antivirus and anti-malware software installed and up to date. Make sure that it is up to date. A lot of antivirus and anti-malware packages will cover up software errors, and it will find things and stop them even if you haven't kept your Windows up to date, which is going to bring us to the second one. Make sure that your software and your Windows are up to date. If you have any questions about that, we do have videos on how to keep your Windows 7, Windows 10, and Mac OS up to date. Next would be to turn off file sharing and AirDrop on your iPhones. Now, this may sound like a little bit of an overkill or something. Oh, Tim, of course I've done that. But remember that you can't control who's on the wireless network that you're attaching to, but you can control what you're sharing. So let's move on to the next one, and it would be to turn off your Wi-Fi when you're not using it. Not only will it save on the battery, but it also won't auto-attach to any networks that happen to be similar in the area with public Wi-Fi. The next is fairly new to me, but yeah, I've done a lot of extensive research on it, and we're going to start implementing it, in fact, in a lot of the businesses we deal with, which is privacy extensions. What you can do is you can actually set up software that will protect you from within your browser. Some of these are like AdBlocker Plus, uBlock, Disconnect 2, which works at blocking places and blocking information like cookies. I'm going to make a side note here that what cookies are in the internet world is little tracking tools. You know how when you go to Amazon and for some reason the suggested things happen to be websites you've been to or things you've searched on Google or searched on Amazon before? Those are tracking cookies. It's kind of a positive and negative here. I kind of like going to Amazon, and the things that I've been looking for recently are the things that come up. If I happen to look up my favorite author, when I call up somewhere like Amazon or Barnes & Noble, it's going to show suggestions of books that I may not have read or may have read from my favorite author. So just something to, if you want to block that, you can. If you don't have to. It's just a privacy concern. Next would be when you surf the net, you can use HTTPS : instead of just a normal HTTP. The S stands for secure. And what that does is that makes sure that the information between your browser and what you're surfing at is encrypted. And anyone who looks will be able to see what site you're on, but they won't be able to see what page you're on or the information that comes up on the page. That's what's secure about it. The last two are going to be a VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network. Many companies will have created that for you. If they have, then definitely use it. Use it even when you're doing just normal web surfing if you're away. And the final one is BYOD, bring your own device. In other words, if you have a phone, if you have a hotspot on the phone, activate the hotspot, or a hotspot, turn it on, then at least you know that the information between your computer or your device and that hotspot, you know what the password is, you've set up the fact that it's the highest level of encryption possible, and your browsing is going to be a lot safer. I hope this has helped you a lot, and you have great fun on your vacations this summer, and happy and safe computing.